Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Zero Hour. You know, I'm going to stray a little bit from my usual bag of topics at the top of this hour. In a world racked by war, greed, corruption, financial insecurity, and immigration reform, what's on my mind at this moment is Taylor Swift. Why do people have to hate on her? You know, just purely by accident, I found myself coming across these hate things about Taylor Swift, and we'll get to why in a second, but I know who she is. Granted, it's not music that's like in my forte. It appeals to me personally. At times, perhaps even the word slightly annoying might come to mind, but why the virulent hatred, I wonder, of Taylor Swift? I mean, look, she's talented, she has charisma, and she does something important for a pop star. She creates a world that her fans want to enter. You may not be a fan of hers, but they want to be part of her world. That's what all successful pop acts do. I learned that when I was a musician myself. It's what the Beatles did in 1964. In his own weird way, it's even what Kurt Cobain did, although it didn't work out so well for that poor guy, genius that he was, and he was a genius. But, you know, look, let her do her thing. And by the way, the reason why I came across all the Taylor hating was because of Spotify. As you may know, she's refused to allow her music to be played or distributed online through Spotify. And she is absolutely right. Spotify says they give 70% of the money they make to artists, but that's not true. Spotify gives 70% of its income to corporations. And then, of course, the corporations don't exactly shower most artists with money. Even then, the money that's received by these corporations is not distributed fairly among the various artists' labels. We don't have time to go into all the details why, but trust me, and maybe we'll do a segment on it at some point. Trust me, artists are not getting well paid. A lot of artists can't survive because of business models like Spotify. What's more, Spotify's whole business concept means it doesn't have to care if artists are fairly compensated or not. Like so many digital businesses, Spotify cares more about grabbing market share with so-called free services, which will usually wind up being anything but. And they do that by not worrying about whether everybody's paid for the work they do. Now, everybody's saying about Taylor Swift, why is she complaining? She's rich. But poor artists are complaining too. The thing is, you only hear the rich ones because the poor ones are ignored. So I'm glad Taylor Swift is complaining. If there's a cautionary side to the Taylor Swift story, it's this. Taylor Swift is the whole Thomas Piketty book in pop music form. That's right. She's capital of the 21st century in the top 100. Her father is an executive with Goldman Sachs, so the family was able to invest heavily in her career. The way things are going, soon all our pop stars will be one percenters. But that's not Taylor's fault. Haters gotta hate, but she's right about Spotify. Her songs may be earworms, but breeding earworms is a pop star's job. Give her a break and a steady boyfriend so that she doesn't have to keep writing all those breakup songs. And speaking of breakup songs, isn't it time that we all started to break up with Spotify? I'm Richard RJ Eskow, and this is The Zero Hour.